my day ones, yeah, the dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came other
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And how about the quick feet there as he made a man miss on his way to a solid gain of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And some room to work. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the stream, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Garoppolo. Pass complete once again to Bourne. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Garoppolo now, first down throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Jet sweep. Garoppolo taps it forward. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Colts. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll begin on the ground with Gainwell. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, a run with Gainwell. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. The Eagles at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And they'll get him down right around the 16. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Gainwell is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing is Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and now fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins from 4 yards out. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, The body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Swift going to try up the middle. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Now Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
We've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles, is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Waste of time.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Now, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, it's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Play action. Here's Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Coltsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. If you throw it too early, sometimes
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the...
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. They overloaded that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good, and the lead grows to 4. It's 11-7. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Past the halfway point of the season, and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here. That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Here's Hurts to throw. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They go play action with Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. Hurts finding Goddard there. First down, Philadelphia. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT. And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit? And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they're about to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there. Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit. On first down, Garoppolo got the connection here to Bourne. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. From the gun, here's Swift. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. action. Garoppolo. Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And he is going to have the Colts first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction. Was able to track the ball in another.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. That can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Automatic first down.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD. That's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
Gonzalez's kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And that flag accepted.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. There's Garoppolo to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Swift. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get it. Back now here on EA Sports.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Garoppolo now. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. From 4 yards out.
And the Colts have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Gonzalez able to tackle on the PAT. And gives him a 3-point lead. So that drive 12 plays in length. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, This offense has sputtered, yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Starting things out with a give to Gainwell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd and 2, Hurts. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They run behind center with Gainwell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
63 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Again, it'll be Gainwell. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Kenneth Gainwell, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles answered back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it.
And he won't be able to get the football away. He's going to be sacked. So they're unable to add on to their lead. So trying to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
So Jimmy Garoppolo and the offense down 17-14, just under 2 minutes to go. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Garoppolo to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Verbally, partner, take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here we go.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Garoppolo. Dancing to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On the handoff, Gainwell. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And here's a handoff to Gainwell. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. On the run is Gainwell. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? On third down, it's Gainwell. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that.